We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen.
What is up, YouTube? I am your friendly neighborhood Endman64, and I'm bringing you the next session of the finale of the Mario Kart console tour. We are now up to the DLC courses. Thank Christmas, because Lord knows, I was afraid this was going to take forever, but actually it's going by pretty quickly. As long as I don't take any significantly long breaks, we should be good. We're going with the same rules as last time, 24 races. Doing the first half of the DLC courses, then we'll do the second half of the DLC courses later on this evening. Actually, I say evening, but it's most likely going to be after. Who invited this festering wart? Birdo. Birdo, get out of here. Vernius may like you, but I don't. Who are all the races in this one? Let's see. We have the Festering Wart. We have Isabelle, back for her third tour of duty. Morton. Bowser Jr. Baby Rosalina. Lakitu, which is weird. What the hell? Why did it just suddenly veer to the right? Whatever. Baby Peach. Oh, Jesus. Donkey Kong. Ooh, Rosa. Rosa is back for another tour of duty. Wiggler, Petey Piranha. Is this one with no Wario or Yoshi? Sorry, Birdo, it had to be done. You're a festering wart, Birdo. It had to be done. Alright. One last tour through the Promenade of Paris. I mean, I'm going to be playing this, like, periodically on my own time, but in terms of the LP itself, I will not be picking it up probably ever again, unless, like I said, I get the races with Mile done, or I get to do, there's like a special tournament or something, and then I'll do it. But in general, this is the finale of the Mario Kart console tour. We've spent a significant amount. Boo. Boo, I hate your face. I hate everything about your face, Boo. Including the fact that you're dead. Let's see. Baby Rosa. Yeah, that's everybody. Not a single Wario or Yoshi in there. That's shocking. Here I was thinking that was going to make up the bulk of everything. Apparently not. Toad Circuit. Which I don't mind. I do like Toad Circuit. I would have preferred the Woohoo Loop that does the Woohoo Island from Wii Sports Resort, but this one's not terrible. Maybe they found it difficult to put Mii's into the game. But then again, there are like hundreds of Mii templates out there that really shouldn't be impossible to do so. Bowser Jr., why are you such a nuisance? Like, why is your existence such a nuisance? Alright, Super Horn. I gotta catch up to Birdo here. Come on, Peachette. I know we don't have the fastest car, but I think we can outspeed him. This festering wart. Maybe not. I hate playing catch-up, but I don't have a choice. Well, now I do. And I choose not to play catch-up. What the hell's wrong with me? A lot of things, actually. Hell, I even decided I don't even want to do laundry tomorrow. And to be honest, I kind of don't have to. I have enough clothes to last me the week. I would love to just get an extra day of sleep. Excuse me. Please stop throwing red shells at me. Birdo, you disgusting abomination. I'd rather anybody else here be my rival than Birdo. Good lord, I hate Birdo. Who thought bringing Birdo back was a good idea? Birdo should have stayed dead. Like the boss of Mario 2 did. Do you even remember his name? I know I don't. Why is my computer obsessed with showing me highlights from a Seattle and Houston game? I don't care. Show me highlights of a Rangers-Panthers game that I haven't seen yet. Because yes, the Rangers are in the Eastern Conference Finals beside the Florida Panthers, which was incredibly awkward considering I was in Florida and surrounded by a bunch of chuds wearing Panthers jerseys and hats. You'd think there'd be more of a Tampa crowd in Orlando, but apparently a lot of Panthers fans are down there. But not nearly as many Philadelphia Phillies fans. I mean, oh my god, I counted 50 different Phillies fans down in Florida. During that 10-day trip, that's averaging finding 5 new ones a day. Now, granted, the Phillies are the best team in baseball right now, so it's like giving them that is like giving them a handicap. Oh, Birdo, you festering wart. I just hope this boomerang hits you. And of course, I threw it backwards. Even though I aimed it forwards, I threw it backwards. Because Peachette just decided, you know what, fuck the end man today. But no, I ran into like 50 Phillies fans. Or, you know, bandwagoners. You can tell if they're a bandwagoner or not based on the type of hat they have, how worn it is. And hold on one second, guys. I had an itch on the inside of my ear. Really? Bowser Jr., you disgusting animal. And I'll say, based on the criteria of who's on the jersey and all that crap, I would say about half of the Phillies fans were actual fans, which, again, is a respectable number. A lot of them are just bandwagoners, though. The whole state of Florida is a perpetual state of bandwagoning. That's like the one thing that the Florida Panthers are known for. They are known for not having a fan base. Because they've been perpetually bad. But now that they're good, all of a sudden, they are apparently, according to ESPN, the most passionate and loyal fan base in all of hockey. Ignoring the fact that I would say, no, they don't have the most passionate and loyal fan base in hockey. Honestly, I don't think any team north of the border, south of the border of the United States, south of the Canadian border, could have a more passionate fan base. Hockey is like life in Canada. I mean, look at Mark. The poor guy knows basically how every single year of Toronto Maple Leafs hockey will go, and yet he remains a staunch supporter of them. I cannot help but be impressed by his determination to stick by them. And you know what? I'm the same way with the Rangers. Am I going to tell you the Rangers are the most passionate fan base in hockey? Probably not. Honestly, that would probably be any of the Canadian teams when you really get down to brass tacks. Maybe not Ottawa or Winnipeg, since they're not, like, you know, have that culture of winning. But Edmonton, Calgary, Toronto, Montreal, even Vancouver, to a degree, I'd say, has a very passionate fan base. But any fan base that's not of, like, I'd say the original 6, you have to really wonder how much they've been tested in their lives. I didn't mean to travel that way, and what the hell is going on here? No, I don't want smart steering on. Okay. That's what's going on. Why would I want smart steering on? That was the stupidest thing that I've ever done. Good lord. But, like, you have to really ask how a fan base can be considered passionate if you never know how they deal with adversity. Like, everyone tells you, oh, the Vegas Knights fans are, like, the most passionate fan base in hockey. And I'm like, tell me how they are when they're not good. You can't, because their entire team has been snacked since the word go to be good. Take a look at Arizona, the Coyotes, who no longer exist. They are going to be playing in Utah next year. Salt Lake City, to be specific. Will you tell me the Arizona fan base wasn't loyal? No, they just were they were owned by a bunch of suits who only cared about winning. I mean, who only cared about the bottom line. They don't care about winning. And that was their issue. Now let's take a look at a different thing. Let's look at the Detroit Red Wings. Detroit was either a team that's either dead and buried or a team that is unbeatable. That is their history. They're either dead or they're amazing. And the last several years, the last decade plus, they've been pretty terrible. But their fan base still sticks around. They still do pretty well in ticket sales. People still have faith, and people still believe they'll turn things around. My golden examples of fandoms that literally have no right to call themselves passionate or loyal are all ironically on the East Coast. You have the Tampa Bay Lightning, who, again, are in Florida, and only sell tickets because they're good. That's the Florida fan is a fan that does not care about the sport. They care about a team that's winning. They don't care if you're good or bad. They care if you're winning. If you're not winning, you're useless to them. When Tampa won the Stanley Cup like 20 years ago, everybody went nuts. Then they went on to a bit of a dry spell, and then people stopped showing up. People were afraid that there were going to be relocation rumors. Then Detroit stomped on their own foot and let Steve Yzerman go to Tampa. He basically completely turned their draft core around, and they built the current team that they are now. And of course, now that they're super good and constantly cup contenders, they act like they're the most passionate and loyal fan base out there. But of the three that I'm going to list, they are not the worst, simply because they have not existed long enough. Allow me to talk about the New York Islanders. A fandom that literally is they are the literal Al Bundy of fandoms. They had one good run. One good 4-year run where they were the Stanley Cup champions of hockey. Unbeatable. Since then, they've been basically the Mets since then. Either really good but just not good enough to make the big dance, or complete dog shit. There is no middle ground when it comes to the Islanders. But don't tell their fans that because, don't tell their 18 real fans that, 15 of whom I'm related to. Because, good lord, those 15 and those 18 fans are incredibly passionate. I will give them that. They were there through and through. My grandfather, until his death, had New York Islanders season tickets. I will say I went to more Islander games at the Nassau Coliseum than I have Ranger games at Madison Square Garden, and I'm a Ranger fan. That's just because my grandfather would be left babysitting me most. Birdo, you disgusting animal! But the minute an Islander fan gets good, they act like they are the hottest shit on the market. They are the best team in hockey. They've always been fans. They are, oh my freaking god, what the hell just happened? Oh, cool. One red shell. That's all I get. One red shell to hit these disgusting beasts in front of me. You know what? Birdo and Baby Peach are Islander fans. Birdo and Baby Peach are Islander fans. Screw them. We don't like them around here. But they'll tell you that they've been fans since the 80s, and their favorite player of all time is Mike Bassey, even though it's Bossy. They don't know history. They aren't fans. They're only fans that are good. If you were a fan of the New York Islanders, then they wouldn't have left the Coliseum to go to the Barclays Center. And if you were a fan of the Islanders, you'd be showing up to their games when they weren't at the Barclays Center, and they wouldn't have had to move to UBS Arena, which they did after going back to the Coliseum because the Barclays Center wasn't built for them. Because they are a shit show of a franchise. They are the literal New York Mets of hockey. A perpetual shit show that does nothing right. But somehow has 4 Stanley Cup champions. Now, even the Islanders are not the worst example of this. Because you know what? The Islanders, to their credit, have not had a history of relocations, rumors, and actual planned relocations until being saved by an amazing hockey player. Let me introduce you to the Pittsburgh Penguins. The worst fandom in the history of the sport. They are the ones that always talk about being hot shit, how they have the greatest fandom and the greatest pride, the greatest heritage. They're all a bunch of drunk rednecks in Pittsburgh. It's their reputation with the Steelers. It's why the Steelers can't rebuild, because they have to perpetually win or else their fans won't care. It's why they don't care about the Pirates despite having the best freaking ballpark in the majors. And it is why the Pittsburgh Penguins have easily the worst fandom in hockey. Why? I will tell you why, guys. Because every single time their team hits a rough patch, their fans stop showing up. And their relocation rumors. Every single time. You may have a handful of extremely passionate fans, but in general, their fans are terrible. They're only there to witness a superstar, and I don't mean just a superstar, I mean like the best of the best in the sport at that time. It began with Mario Lemieux, and when he left, Pittsburgh fans stopped showing up. Actually, Pittsburgh fans were not showing up before Lemieux, and they were having big problems. Then, when Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr and all of them departed, they stopped showing up, and there were relocation rumors to Kansas City. Literally, Marc-Andre Fleury had to basically goaltend on his ass just to get Pittsburgh fans to show up enough so they could give this kid Sidney Crosby a shot. And now Sidney Crosby, also known as Queen Crybaby to actual sports fans, is out there causing problems for hockey. I'll continue this in part 2.